As a child comes into the world, the mother begins to nurture dreams concerning the future of such a child. In fact, for most parents, that child's future must have been planned, envisaged, and imagined before that child is born. The parents, particularly the mother, thinks about the type of food to give to the child and the kind of school the child would attend. When the child grows, he or she begins to make choices that could affect them positively or negatively if the choices are not well informed, guided, and utilized. Most young ones have big dreams for themselves, their family, and the entire society. Unfortunately, these dreams are often tampered with, and the innocence of the young ones are manipulated and used against them. This was the case of a young girl named Pere who was sexually molested by her aunt's husband when she was 9 years old.
Goldcoast Developmental Foundation is here at the Police State CID to seek for justice for a girl who has been sexually molested by her in-law from the age of 9 and now she's 17. The case has been going on. So she reported him to her guidance counselor in school.
I'm a teacher from one of the secondary schools in Bayelsa State. I act as the guidance and counseling teacher there. So one of my students approached me on a case of rape and misconduct from her guardian, and as the vow I've taken that I will always stand by them in anything like that, I had to take the matter to my head, which is the principal, and he met with the feeder lady, and it has not been easy. Okay, well, the incident started when this young girl was 9 years old, and according to her statements, she started living with her aunt and the husband. Just few weeks or so after staying with them, the auntie's husband started having sexual intercourse with her, and she tried complaining to the aunt, but he denied the incident and insisted that she should be sent back to the village. In fact, he stripped her of all he bought for her and she was thrown back to the village. Then, sometime this year, precisely October, the aunt went back to her and pleaded that the husband has changed and that he wasn't going to do that again, and pleaded that she come back to them to live with them. That according to her, the husband had repented from what he did the last time. So, and the aunt also promised her good education down to university level. And being a child whose aspiration is to further her education, she decided to come back. That was in October. Just few weeks after staying with them, precisely 18th day of October, according to her statement, the husband started sexually abusing her again. It got to a point that he started having her 2 times in a day. And when she could no longer bear, she ran to her friend in school, and the friend with her went to the guardian counselor of the school. He reported the matter, and that was last week, Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. And
Tuesday, December.
Yes, I was called upon by the school principal, and this matter was reported to me. I went to the school, brought the girl to the police station. They took her statements, and we asked her to pretend as if nothing had happened so that we can ensure that the police arrest the perpetrator.
It was at that point that Pere reached out to Goldcoast Developmental Foundation. Having secured a long-term partnership with Pere and trial solicitors, both in Bayelsa State, who are committed to working with Goldcoast Developmental Foundation to effectively reduce and prevent all forms of sexual violence, abuse, and violations of the girl child in Bayelsa State and the Niger Delta region at large. Our foundation decided to join Pere in taking up the case. The man, who was later identified as Pere Ojoko, was arrested, tried, and found guilty.
So what happened?
What happened? If she's forgetting, the first day I was sleeping on the long chair. I came back because my wife, I didn't know that my wife did not sleep in the house. It was only she. So I came back that morning. I said, Mommy did not come back. He said yes. So me now, I was tired. I couldn't go and sleep on the bed. I slept on the chair. Maybe because she normally sleep in the ground. Maybe because of the cold, I don't know. So she came to me. We were together on that chair. Between God and man, that is when it started. Me, I did not try to on the chair between God and man.
Yeah, you had sex with her that day?
Yes, I did.
Then from that time, how many times have you slept with her?
No more than 4 times or so. That time.
Okay.
That 2014.
Okay.
That was 2014. As of that time.
So when you took her back to the village, you brought her back, how many times did you sleep?
What you make the carry and go village?
What you make us carry and go village? Because now my wife was annoyed.
Okay.
And it even caused problem. I said, okay, what will happen instead of anything to be there?
So your wife discovered that you were sleeping with her?
She told my wife.
Okay.
So me, I was not in the house. So my wife just called me. Started raining insults. I said, what happened? I mean, she knew. She said, I'm very stupid. That is when she started telling me what happened. So I left what I was doing, run back to the house. So we sat down. I was begging her, discussing with her, talking to her. We said, okay, because at times if my wife gets annoyed, she take a decision to take a decision. She said, okay, this girl will go back. Because at times she's not always around. So this girl cannot stay with me. She will have to go back. You understand me, ma'am? So I said, okay, no problem. If that is the case, please forgive me. That is how she returned her back. But before she returned her back, she made sure she finished her common entrance. Because that period was a common entrance period.
So you people who now went to bring her back?
Now, it was me that brought the idea. I said, since it has been almost 6 years, and this girl has not done, instead of us to be giving money to somebody else, because I've already ordained somebody that will be paid, instead of us to be paying somebody, it was me that brought the idea. Yeah. And she said, okay, well, the idea is good, but don't go and near her again. I said, yes. So it wasn't even me that talked to her, it was my wife that talked to her.
The High Court 9 of Bayelsa State, presided by Honorable Justice T.Y. Abasi, gave the judgment January 9th over a defilement matter of the state versus Pere Ojoko, and the judgment was given in favor of the state, which to Goldcoast Developmental Foundation and FIDA was groundbreaking and encouraging.
Okay, I feel very excited actually, because while we were there in the court, the judge was just giving, different counts and all that. And at the end, I was thinking that he was going to be in favor of the defendant, but at the end, he was in favor of the complainant. So I'm very grateful, because the child now, at least she's happy that justice has been done. Alright, so for Goldcoast Developmental Foundation, one of our core vision is the girl child. We protect the girl child. So what we do is to partner with FIDA. So anytime there is a case of sexual molestation and the rest, FIDA reaches out to us. Then we work together to ensure that justice is, done. So that's just what we represent. There are other focus, health, education, and the rest. But once it has to do with the girl child, protecting the girl child and the rights, what we do is to partner with FIDA to come into the case and ensure justice.
The courts had to look at the Child's Right Law, Section 30 to be precise, in order to hand down this judgment, and looking at the various issues raised both by the prosecution and the defense. One of the major issues which the defense wanted to use as an escape route was to deny the age of the victim. They tend to want to make the court believe that the child is up to 18 years of age, even though the perpetrator did not deny having sexual or unlawful carnal knowledge with the victim. But he tried to make the court believe that the victim is up to 18 years of age, which means there was consent according to what he was trying to establish before the court. But looking at all the evidence before the court put one-on-one together, and the evidence of the mother of the victim, who is in best position to actually tell the court the age of the victim, and based on that, the court agreed that the girl is just within 17 years of age when the crime was committed against her, when the perpetrator actually defiled her. Apart from the first incident that occurred when she was 9 years of age, which the court also agreed. The court also agreed that she was 17 years of age when this recent incident that brought all parties to court took place. And so the court found the perpetrator, the defendant, guilty as charged, and he was sentenced to 5 years imprisonment.
You want to hear something?
Yes, I want to hear. Okay, you can speak from there.
Yes.
Speak from there.
The judge, the prosecutor asked the girl. The girl said at the age of 17, she was a virgin. Go on and ask the court.
The court, however, tempered justice with mercy by sentencing the defendant to 5 years imprisonment. We remain unshaken in this business of Protect the Girl Child campaign and will be glad to partner with anyone with such desire.
I had discussion with the Attorney General.
Okay.
And we agreed that we should come in to prosecute some of these cases that have been dragging on for some time.
Okay.
And I volunteered.
Wow.
I'm available, so he assigned something to me.
Okay.
And that's why you see.
And this is one of them.
This is one of them.
Okay.
They are very important cases because when I was Attorney General, I took them very seriously and I gave attention to them and ensured that once they occurred, they were followed through to the end. It's critical because in most of the cases, before you know, they will say they have settled. These are cases which is against public interest for parties to say they have settled. It's against public morality. It's not really something that the state must stand up against. So I decided to come in to prosecute.
Well, thank you very much.
I'm here to stand by her to say it out loud to the whole world that rape is bad. Child molestation, girl child molestation is very, very bad, and we stand against it anytime, any day.
Yes, I'm not happy for what happened because I'm the mother of the girl. I'm not happy for what happened, and I thank God that he's going to face his judgment.
I'm very happy for what is going on now, that he's going to serve for what he has done to me, while even I was 9 years to 17 now. I'm happy.
I am happy that today we have once again, we can beat our chests. We can say that yes, there is law in this country, and whenever someone goes against the law, especially in a heinous crime of this nature, the person should be ready to also dance to the tune of the law and face the wrath of the law. And so today, once again, I am saying kudos to the Bayelsa State Judiciary System, kudos to FIDA Bayelsa and every other person, including Goldcoast Foundation and Do Foundation, that stood in order to say no to this offense.
We therefore solicit your kind gesture to help send back our girl to school. Her love for education is overwhelming. Let us help her to fulfill her desire of being educated. Your financial and material donation will go a long way in helping to fulfill this desire. She is a Bayelsa girl child and a true Niger daughter. She has also decided to study law at the university so that she could also fight for the vulnerable. You can reach out to Goldcoast Developmental Foundation at 71 Greenvilla Road, Piogbolo, Yenegua, Bayelsa State, or email president@goldcoast.ng or WhatsApp 0909 933 2053 or call and WhatsApp 0703 3506197. You can also contact the International Federation of Women Lawyers, FIDA Bayelsa, on 0803 911 7078 or email fidabayelsa2018@gmail.com or come to their office at FIDA Secretariat Multi-Door Courthouse, High Court Complex, Ovum, Yenegua, Bayelsa State. Gold Coast Developmental Foundation, humanity first.